So as the title suggests, we are going to be showing you some of the best ways to now XP up your players. Now, at the moment, it is bugged. I'm sure you're all aware. It says that you're not getting XP, but you are. But we are going to use this on the example of NaNNiK. And if you look right at the bottom there, it says he's got 28,900 XP and he's 30,200 to level up. And it's the same for my Cristiano Ronaldo. As you can see here, it is bugged. It says he needs 4,700, but he's actually got 5,200. That's because of a bug. He actually needs 10,000 because he's 91 rated. So what we are going to do, and we are going to bring up the events on the screen now, just so you can have an understanding of what they have tweeted out and what they put in the Discord. So you can see here, XP, RP, and CP is displaying incorrectly. And that being said, we are going to go ahead and you can see here premium accounts as well as CPRP XP are working properly. They're just not displaying the base. But here's where the interesting thing is. If you have, and this is only going to last really quickly, the leprechaun skin, instead of getting an additional 15% XP, you're actually getting 115% XP, which is kind of broken. Now, some of you guys may or may not agree with what I'm about to say, but this is how the game works. This is what I recommend you do. So if you are lucky enough to have one of these skins, and let me go ahead and show you and use a player as an example. So, for example, we have got ourselves some of these players here. Let's just say you weren't particularly interested in these players, and you can do this with low-rated players as well. But we are going to go ahead and pick up Gravenbach, because I wanted a midfielder anyway, and I like Gravenbach. And I am going to go ahead and pick up Fofana, right? And we're going to use these two players as the example. Now, I need to make some space in my reserve, so we're going to go ahead and do that quickly. In case you don't know how to do that, you can see here we can just get rid of one of these players, right? I'm not going to get rid of my Longstaff. He's been my captain since day one, so we're not going to do that. So we are going to go ahead and get the last player. Now, once I've done this, I'm going to put them in my team and then talk about it from then onwards. So let me go do that now. So, Fofana and Gravenbach have both been added. You can see here, Fofana needs 2,000 XP, Gravenbach needs 2.5. Now, this will also work with just your standard skins anyway. So, let's say Ronaldo or your Calafiore or one of your players on the bench was really close to leveling up. What you can actually do is just go ahead and start them in this mode, because we are going to be going ahead and doing this in playoffs. So, once you've completed your days, like I have here, day 1's complete, day 2's complete. You can see here we've won 9 games, not lost any. 2 wins out of 25 done. We can use day 1 as like our XP farming if you want. Now, I have got boosters on. You don't need to have these on either. But I'm going to go ahead and complete the game, and I'll be back. And we are not going to substitute Ronaldo, Gravenbach, or Fofana. We're going to leave them on because we want to level up those. So just imagine, just think hypothetically, you had a load of players that you wanted to level up, but you don't want to play in ranked. This is where you can use this mode. Now, of course, if you have boosters, it makes it quicker. I also understand the leprechaun skins are only going to be boosted for like pretty much half a day now and they're gone. But it doesn't mean this method still doesn't apply. So if you have got some low-rated players on your bench, or you want to buy a new player but he's low-rated, but you don't want to play online, go ahead and do playoffs. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this game, and I'll be back once this game has been completed. Won that game 3-1. Now, the result really doesn't make a difference as long as you're winning and not drawing. Like, you still can get XP if you lose, if you don't care about the streak, but just try to make sure you win if you do care. Now, like I say, unfortunately, it is broken, but if we remember exactly where everybody was in terms of XP, you'll see how much we earned from that one game. So there's the 3-1 game confirmed. If we head back over to our squad, see here, Fofana got 1,000 XP for that one game. The same for Gravenbach. Now, Ronaldo got 700, which is kind of normal. So you can see that they get 1,000 XP per game until this gets patched, which we know is tomorrow. But if we were to go ahead and use one of our newer players, for example, this guy here has got 150 XP out of 200, and when you wanted to level up somebody lower, we could also do that. Now, remember, on top of this, you can also level up your bench as you go through as well. So there is another thing you can do to level up more things. But you can see here, if you're only focusing on leveling up certain players, play them out of position. It doesn't matter. I had Ronaldo at CDM, still got the XP that I needed. Now, what I recommend massively is if you are going to play online anyway, go ahead and get yourself the weekly premium boosters if you can. For example, this one here, by just playing one game online. That's 3 days of double XP. And then you can see here as well, there are extra things you can get to just, you know, if you want to get CP. But if you've had enough of online and you want to rank up low-rated players, if I now go into the game, for example, let's say we buy a brand new player, right? Let's use an example here. Someone relatively low-rated, so I don't have to waste my CP. Let's use, I don't know, Lookman, right? We get Lookman into our team. We want to level up Lookman as soon as possible. what I recommend that you do is you stick him into the playoffs. So say if he's even lower rated than Lookman, right? And where we're going to play Lookman, just for this point of this exercise, is at centre-back, just like that. So we're going to level up Voltan, who's got 150. We're going to level up Lookman, who's got 0, right? We're then going to go into our game with our premium booster on, and we're going to play the semi-final. So once this is done, I'll be back when that is done. It's just an idea for you guys to just level up players that are low rated in a more casual mode that you don't have to stress as much about. As long as you don't substitute them off and you're winning your games, you should be okay. But you can lose or draw. It doesn't reflect it. I know the argument's going to be, why don't you just do this in ranked? To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you don't care about ranked, go do it in ranked. But if you want to have a more casual way of doing it with less stress, this is the best place to do it. So that game has been complete with the players that we showed you. Now we're going to see how much XP a normal card gets that you've just bought fresh off the transfer market, so you can have an understanding of why this mode's so good. So see there, my NaNNiK went up and Voltan went up as well. And obviously, there's the XP in front of us we can finally see. Now, if I move my camera out of the way, you can see here, with the Leprechaun skins, Mbappe got 1,388. Fofana got 1,292. But then the standard cards, like Lookman, got 525. And the same for Voltan, when I see his name, he got 510. So you can see you can get 510 per game. Now, the substitutes at the bottom get 45 each. Unless they have themselves the Leprechaun skin, they get 115 until this gets patched. But the basic XP for the standard cards will be the same. So if you are looking to level up cards, this is going to be the best way to do it. But as always, if you do have any questions about how this works, or you don't understand something, let me know. But you can do this in so much leisure. There's no pressure at all. Look, I've got 1, 2, 3 players out of position. 210 XP left to go. Well, what I got for him, another 90 to level him up again. Lookman got 525, as we know. Fofana's 1 game off leveling up. Gravenbach will also get leveled up. And then Greenwood's only 2 games away from getting another level up where the boost's still on. And then my bench is also gaining XP, as you can see here as well. So it is worth doing this just to boost up the lower rated cards. And then another thing you could do with this is swap the whole team out. Put in your full reserves of like a goalkeeper and the rest of the players. And then you can level up a second team and the first team. And then take off the auto recovery. And you don't lose any CP while you are playing this, because you know the CP loss is quite high with the stamina. You can get rid of that as you go through. Now, is it fun? Not really, but it is a nice casual way to level up your players. If you find that you don't want to risk your rank, for example, in divisions, you don't want to risk your rank where you are, and you want to level up lower rated players, then that's going to be the best way to do it. Might be obvious to some, maybe not to others, but let me know in the comment section down below if you're going to be doing this yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.